what's the story? It's every year. Okay, now I will say that this video is going to contain spoilers for the most recent episode of Shadowhunters. And anybody who knows me knows I love anything to do with the Shadowhunters. If it's a movie, if it's a book, if it's a TV show, if it's the audio books, I just love anything to do with the Shadowhunters. And I did consider doing this video on Facebook Live as well, but I thought no, just do it on as a vlog. I might do a Facebook Live later on tonight. I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, this video is going to contain spoilers for the latest Shadowhunter episode. So I'll send it twice now, so you can at the start and now, and I'll tell you again when I get up to the spoiler bit. So you can't say I didn't give spoilers. I didn't warn about spoilers. But Shadowhunters this week touched on mental health, and I thought, wow, I did one about Raphael coming out as asexual. I do one about Jace and his battle with mental health. Again, spoilers. Jace, played by Dominic Sherwood, he really hit home to me. And I really did relate to what Jace was saying, because obviously I'm not, spoilers, possessed by something demonic. I'm not a demon. I'm not being controlled by Lilith. I'm just a mundane. But in this episode, he talked about not knowing how he got from one place to another, and obviously like Lilith is controlling him, so he keeps saying she's putting him in a sleep. So obviously, like, again, I'm not being controlled by Lilith or anything like that. So that part, although it doesn't match reality, in a way it kind of does, because people in mental health say we're facing the demons, fighting the demons. So even though like it doesn't physically represent real life, I suppose emotionally it represents real life. But there was times I could go into Wigan, and I don't remember going into Wigan. I don't remember how I got into Wigan, sorry. And I've just kind of be like, wait a minute, how did I get here? I don't remember if I got the bus. I don't remember if I walked in. I just don't know how I got into Wigan. And an example of this, I was 17, so I hadn't even been diagnosed with DPD at the time. I went into Wigan to get the train to college, and I don't remember getting off the train, walking up to college, and next thing I remember is I'm on the floor screaming and crying and sobbing. And thinking about it, that was probably mental health as well, because it was, I was 17, so I didn't know at the time what was going on. It's only as I got older, things started coming into place, and I realised that I was having mental health issues and things like that. But also with Jace, he he's shutting everybody out, and I've not done that this time, because with Ali and Midnight, I don't think they would let me. They've been there for me since. I've said, look, I'm going to go see the doctor. They was there for me when I started seeing a counsellor. They're there for me through my therapy, and they've just been there for me through thick and thin. And I don't think they will let me go through this alone. They wouldn't allow it. I would be lost without them, and I think if I didn't have them, things could have been a lot worse for me, because I wouldn't have had anybody to be my anchor, to quote a Teen Wolf reference. But yeah, and just the way as well, Alec is, and Clary, their reactions, because they're kind of like, what's going on? And Jace isn't opening up and telling them what's, well, Jace himself doesn't know. And it's just the way Dominic Sherwood is playing the story he's been given. Easy to know on so many levels. The fear of not knowing what's going on, the fear of, why am I feeling like this? The fear of having the colour drain out the world, which was happening to me, and that fear of, at the start of the episode, is in the lift and the doors open, and everybody around him is moving so fast. It's like they're on fast forward, but you're on really slow, and you're trudging through this, past all these people, and somebody's talking to you and you don't hear them, you just kind of like block it out and things like that. And even Midnight and Ali have said like, oh, we went to see this place, and do you remember seeing it? I'm like, I honestly don't remember going and seeing that place. Like, yeah, we took you. I'm like, honestly, I have no memory. And they're like, yeah, honestly, we took you. It's like, I believe you, honestly, but I have no memory of. It's like in Liverpool, we've got a Chinatown, and it was like, we went to it. I'm like, I honestly have no memory of going to that place. It's like things like that, and I just, it is frustrating at times now, because you've done some cool things and then it just kind of like, no memory of it. And it is, the way they've done it wrong, the way Dom is playing it is, what's the word? It is done well. And the fact that they bring up that mental health can be hereditary. Like my uncle, he has depression, anxiety. My mum, she has depression. And, you know, so that's one of the reasons I think why I've kind of ended up with it as well. Obviously, like with all the bullying that went on in school and in work, that's not helped the situation, but it was likely that I was going to end up with it anyway. But yeah, I just think the Shadowhunters team did an amazing job handling that storyline, and I hope they carry on. I pray they carry on handling the storyline really well. But so much respect for Dom with the way he's playing it and the way he's angling it and facing it, because it must be such an hard storyline to do, and so much respect for Shadowhunters show for tackling it, because Alright, TV shows, I've tackled it before. Soap operas. You have EastEnders in the UK, who's tackled bipolar, and obviously like Coronation Street touched on mental health, and you do have shows that touch on it, but to have a fantasy show touch on it and to bring it up when probably a lot of people in the fandom suffer from mental health, depression, anxiety, bipolar, OCD, and in Coronation Street you've got a character with OCD, and Coronation Street's kind of dealing with that. But like I said, to have a fantasy show touch on mental health, where quite a few people in the fandom could have anxiety, depression, that is heartwarming. The fact that they're reaching out to the fans and saying, we've got you, we're with you, kind of thing. We understand everything, and just like having the main character of Jace be the one. Obviously, in the books, he's been controlled by Lilith, but it's done differently. It's a lot more home-hitting, if that makes sense, and I think that's why I really homed in on this episode. And I'm not going to give too much away, because we've not actually crossed the dots, crossed the T's, dotted the I's kind of thing. But me and Midnight are talking about doing something for Mind, which is a charity which supports people with mental health. I'm not going to say what we're doing or give all the ins and outs, because we need to plan it, we need to organise it. Once we've done all that, we'll probably do a joint video and talk about what we're doing. But when we do that, I'll leave a link to the charity. In fact, I'll leave a link to the Mind charity in the description below, and I'll leave any information to like Samaritans and anything like that in the description below. But please remember that you're not alone. There's other people battling with you and fighting with you, and there's people who can help. You're not on your own. And it's hard, but you can do this. I've been fighting this for, thinking about it now, probably since I was 17, well, even younger, but I didn't know what it was. And it's only since I've reached my 30s, I've said, this is happening again, I need help. So, thank you to the cast and crew of Shadowhunters for raising this issue and doing it in a respectful way. I hope that it stays that way. I'm going to be watching carefully, but I'm sure they will. They treated the asexuality storyline with respect, even if it was just very quick and Raphael saying, I don't like sex, but they seem to treat the storylines with respect, or any issues they raise with respect and dignity. So I hope they continue to keep it that way. But for now, I'm going to say love you lots and lots like jelly tots, and I'm keeping Megan weird. Bye.